Okay, they can't hear me. Oh. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Flash from ALWT Gaming, aka Malachi36. I am, first and foremost, guys, I have to apologize for all these failed streams we have for the past week and a half. Let me make sure I'm unmuted because I'm so rusty now. There we go. Okay, let's just be real. Let's just keep it real. Yeah, so I had to definitely apologize for you guys, for anyone that was trying to follow us on the ALWT Things Gaming last Labor Day, because that was an epic fail. I thought we were streaming from my laptop. I guess we weren't. And then same thing for the Ubisoft event when we tried to live react to. Just technical issues, but now they are, thank God, fixed. So, Mildewy Carrot, how are you doing today, good sir?
Doing good. Can't complain. Living life.
Heard that. And today we have a very special guest. What is going on, Salem? How are you doing?
I'm good. I am just chilling. Pandemic. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, that's like really, really good reminder. Please make sure everyone is wearing their mask, staying safe, sanitizing the whole nine, and social distancing. All right, I might love you, but I will love you from a distance. So real fast. For anyone that does not know, all right, so let me, like, a little backstory on this. Me and Mildewy Carrot went to, what was it, E3 2 years ago, 2018? Is that what it was? All right, so my goal was to go to E3 as many years as it took to go ahead and until Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped. That was my only goal. I didn't go last year, and I missed that opportunity. That's when they had announced it. However, Salem did not miss that opportunity. She was there front and center. How was that experience for you?
It's freaking amazing. Like, the 2 years, I worked it in 2017 or 2018. I worked one of them. But when I went last year, I believe I was just there. And my childhood, like, just walking in, and the Final Fantasy was the first thing you saw when you walked in, and the lighting was beautiful, and they had cosplayers, and and it was just like, oh, this is amazing. It's so happy. Like, I walked in and I shed like a single tear, and I was like, perfection, fantastic.
That's yes. That's what I was going for. I was literally trying to make it to where my first time there would be like them announcing the remake, and it didn't happen 2 years ago, and I was like, all right. Well, I'm not going to go next year because PlayStation's not going to be there. And the next thing you know, they go ahead and drop it. I'm like, what? Like, seriously? So, just no love. But there
was a giant hole on the floor, though, from PlayStation not being there. And that was heartbreaking.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, real fast, we do have a few quick icebreaker questions for you, Salem. So, the first question is, what are your favorite types of games? What games do you like to play?
I'm kind of all over the map because of course, Tomb Raider is my favorite. If you guys don't know that, I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan. Been playing it forever. PS1, yay. But action adventure mostly. I really love a good story-driven game where it's open map enough to where you feel the freedom to explore, but it's not so open to where you lose the objective. So, all the Tomb Raider games, Uncharted, The Last of Us. The first Last of Us. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm like looking at my games right now. Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my god, that game's like open world, but very objective driven. So good. So I stick to those when I really need to kind of pull myself like out of things and just, wrap your head around a good story. But at the same time, I could flip between Dead by Daylight, Destiny 2. I play a lot of Destiny 2 with my clan buddies and everybody like that. And then I'll hop over to like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, the nostalgia type stuff. So I'm kind of all over the place. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling for the day, but those are the gist of it.
Yeah, I'm literally the same way. Speaking of nostalgia, did you pick up or play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, 1 and 2?
I didn't because I'm trash, but all of my friends have been playing it, and I'm so sad because they're listening to like the soundtrack, and I'm like, I can hear it, and I remember, like I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, Malachi teased us on that, and we had a couple friends like, shut that off before I waste more money and buy it.
Hey, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's worth
Exactly.
the buy, and it's not even a full $60 game. It's $40, and you're getting 2 of your nostalgic games. in
Oh
3 minutes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely worth the buy for me. So we know that you are pretty heavy into cosplay, right?
Sure am.
Yes, yes. So if you had to name your top 3 cosplays, what are your favorites?
I think I can guess number 1.
Okay, go ahead. No, guess, because it might
Tomb
not
Raider.
be what you think.
I want to say Tomb
Which
Raider.
one?
Ooh, which one? I'm gonna say from the new. I'm gonna say from the new series. I want to say from the newer series, the new Lara Croft.
The Shadow
I don't know why. I think the ones from Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I think that I don't just because me personally, I love that game series. I just love that game series. I love her and the story for her. So with what you were saying earlier, that kind of spoke to me. I was like, I think that's really what her top one is.
Probably. As far as comfort, I'm most comfortable. It sounds really funny, but I'm most comfortable covered in like the fake dirt and the fake bed, and having like my bow on my back with, you know, like my gun holster and my axe is hanging off the side. Like that outfit has so many different add-ons to it, and I made everything out of like real leather because I was like, I'm going the extra mile. I want this to last. You know, in case, who knows, maybe I'll run through the forest type of thing. Hasn't happened, but very, very durable. So Rise of the Tomb Raider is probably my favorite one because it's comfortable. You know, it's a tank top, like cargo pants with, you know, my gun belt, all stuff like that, and then boots. So it's like piece of cake, really easy. I love it. My second one, I've sold so many like cosplays that I'm trying to remember like which ones were my favorite. Surprisingly enough, I hated wearing Horizon Zero Dawn because it was so comfortable. It was so uncomfortable. My hair was braided super tight, and like the way that the outfit hangs, like the whole lower portion of it, everything was like tied on or velcroed on, and trying to get the panels of her like skirt thing to stay was so difficult, the rigging on it, and it was just so uncomfortable that I was like I was having such a hard time getting into it. And she doesn't like wear her bow on her back or anything like a normal person. She has magnet or whatever. Couldn't do that. I'm not that good of a cosplayer, but that one was really uncomfortable. Spider-Man, super comfortable, but it also feels like I'm naked, which is like, yeah, Spider-Man. But at the same time, like, no, don't look at me, because lycra.
Right.
Okay, lycra. Let me tell you. Trying to think of what else. My gosh, Mount Lady was pretty comfortable, but again, lycra. I really liked wearing Evie from Assassin's Creed. Evie Fry. That one was fun.
Big Assassin's Creed person, so I don't know.
The boots kind of sucked. Okay, she was one of the twins. I really, really liked her because it was like European style, but at the same time I had to wear heels, so a little bit uncomfortable. But I love the way that she looked. Those are probably my top 3.
That's what's up. I was not expecting. Actually, you just got a comment says what I get that the Horizon was my favorite one. You look so cool. So that is from
thank you.
G DeLuna 02. So yes. I agree.
Hi.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was like that one fit. You were probably the best Aloy I've ever seen, to be completely honest with you. I was like, this is spot on. So.
I love her, and I love her character so much, but there was a different outfit that I wanted to do. And so kind of I was so rushed to get that costume out that like I didn't do the spear the way that I wanted, stuff like that. So
yeah, you saw that.
You know, it was kind of Get that Nat. Get it.
I'm trying.
But yeah, it wasn't the costume I want to wear. And then her freaking hair. Trying to find color wig is like near to impossible. Literally every tutorial that I've seen, they're like, get a blonde wig and then you dye it. You do something and you dye it because trying to do it is a pain. I've tried like clip-in hair. I've tried wigs. Like it's a pain, and I'm not there yet. I'll get back to her. I will remake her, but the way that I want her, which is I have a very high perfectionist level, which is kind of bad for a cosplayer, but she will be back eventually. I promise. You guys have this on film.
All right. And real fast, I got two more for you. How did you get into cosplaying?
Right. I think it was 2009. Yeah, Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, when you could actually get tickets, like normal human beings. We got tickets to go, and one of my friends who went with us was like, "You can dress up." I was like, "Wait, what do you mean? Like, dress up? What does that mean? Like, it's not Halloween time.
Right.
What is this?" And he's like, "It's called costume play. It's cosplay." I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to be a Jedi. So I put on every brown piece of clothing that I had, and we made a Jedi cloak, and he had a lightsaber. I walked around Comic-Con as a Jedi. And when I saw everybody's costumes, I was like freaking out. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. This is something I really, really want to do. And then I didn't cosplay again until 2013 when Tomb Raider Reborn came out. Because I was in middle school. No, yes. I was in middle school in 2009. So I had neither the funds nor the money. So 2013 along, or 2013 when I was in high school, and I had nerdy friends, and we all went to WonderCon 2013, and that was the first time that I feel like I officially cosplayed. And that was as Lara Croft from the Reborn franchise. And it was a plague from there, and I've never stopped. It just got worse and worse.
All right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was about to say, I've never really. It's always kind of interesting to hear where people come from, as far as especially when it comes to cosplaying. To be honest with you, for me, I've always wanted to dabble in it, and one of the main ones I wanted to go as was a Survey Corps from Attack on Titan. Like, I just wanted to do that.
Ah, you should. You
I got the jacket and everything.
Should.
Yeah, I was gonna be.
The rigging.
Yeah.
Yeah! The rigging on the pants for that cosplay is probably the hardest thing because it crisscrosses so much. It's so ridiculous. Their swords, I forget what they're called, but like that. Oh, yes, do it absolutely. I'm doing Titan Annie, so we should work. You can just kill me; it'll be great.
I got. Well, hopefully this pandemic is over. We could actually all link up at like an E3 or something like that, and just cosplay together or something.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. 10
out of 10. Yep. Do it.
All right, and then last thing, what is one fun fact about you, Salem? What do you want the audience to know? Could be the favorite flavor of ice cream, the whole nine.
I don't know. I don't really have weird food preferences. You can touch my nose with my tongue.
Okay, I haven't. I think I did that like back in like no. I think I used to do that like back in middle school. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's probably like the weirdest thing. I don't know. And if I'd have to really look at the camera to do this. I can make one eye go straight and one eye go in. And it's weird, and occasionally people will take photos of me, and I'll make that face, and I just don't know I'm doing it. So I'm crazy-eyed, I suppose.
I kind of like low-key want to see that. I'll see. I want. Yeah, I definitely kind of want to see that. But we'll save that. We'll save that at the end of
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We'll do it after. We'll do it after. Just remind me.
Yes. I'm not. I'm pissed. You know what? I'm gonna put that on a doc right now. We're not forgetting that.
Oh no.
All right, guys. So we have about let's see. We got, what was this, 4 topics? Yeah, we got 4 topics to talk about today. This is kind of a perfect week, especially to bring you on there, Salem, because would you believe me if I said the Xbox Series S was revealed over the weekend?
Oh, I wouldn't. But then again, your face tells me otherwise, so I believe you.
So it was like a lot of breaking news there. It leaked first. Xbox Series S, they had revealed it. It came in kind of at a pretty dope price. Actually, a very dope price. You know what? It's a perfect price. $299 for the Series S, and then the Series X was $499. Pre-orders are going to be happening on this 22nd, so literally a week from today, and the release date is November 10th. So there's a little article there for the info. Do you want to read that there, Mildewey?
Sure. Pull it over here real quick. Sorry, I had my other screen so I could read it offside. Let's see here. Okay, I talked about the price, pre-orders, release date. Cool info. Launch of the next generation of Xbox consoles is just a couple of months away. Microsoft revealed the Xbox Series X during last year's Game Awards and has been trickling out information about the system ever since, including its games lineup, a look at the new Xbox wireless controller, the console's build-in specs, and details on backwards capability. This week, we've received even more concrete details on the Xbox Series X release date, pre-order dates, and price. And Xbox fans will soon be able to secure their new console early. This week, Microsoft also revealed the Xbox Series S, a less powerful entry-level next-gen system. The Series S supports 1080p and 1440p resolutions and up to 120 frames per second. It will feature 4K upscaling and ray tracing. Critically, it is an all-digital console and comes with a 512 gigabyte solid-state drive. For a thin client, that's actually not that bad.
All right. Why would you say that there, Mildewey?
Just thinking, just in terms of like just standard like thin clients from PC aspects, they're really not built for high end capacity stuff. Because that's the point of a thin client is just to have a base computer that can run that's small and compatible. That you don't have to have like this big hulking thing on top of your desk. So you see a lot of times commonplace in workplaces, homes, or small offices where they don't need high amounts of processing power on their desk because they have the cloud capability or server side capability to store stuff too. But for a next gen system, for low level entry for a standard that supports the 1080p and 1440p with the 120 frames per second with 4K upscaling ray tracing, that's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice low level entry game series console. So 1080p 1440p is a base standard for most games you see nowadays, at least as far as I've seen. I run 144 frames a second with like 2440. I can't even talk today anymore. P for mine, but that's me. I run a little bit higher rig, but you still get good quality from that. So for $300, not bad, especially with a solid state 512 gigabyte drive.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think it's kind of very interesting. I literally almost fell back, by the way, just trying to get that gnat. That thing's gonna bug me all stream long. So sorry, guys, that's currently watching this now or watching this later on. But anyway,
I really kind of want to see you just try to not go for it, just completely fall over.
It's not happening.
The show's over. That's it. That's all we need.
Little C section couch. So even if I fall back, I'm
fine.
Yeah, I'm Gucci. Gucci. But yeah. So but anyway, I was about to say I texted Mildewey Carrot about this earlier, but Phil Spencer actually had it on his bookshelf. It was so small that you just had it hidden. It was like this, like back there. When he was talking, what stream was that on? I can't remember what stream that was on, but he had it hidden in his bookshelf. It was kind of crazy, and that was now granted we didn't know what it looked like, but still it was just like so small that it's like this small. It's like a little soda can. So it's pretty cool.
It really looked like an external hard drive, like a Western Digital hard drive casing, external hard drive casing that just was stuck on the back shelf.
It really did.
You couldn't even tell what it was. You're just like, what is that? Is that the box for an iPhone? Is that what that is?
That literally, yeah, it's spot on. Yeah, you nailed it when it looked like an iPhone box. So, but I'm pretty excited about this news. I mean, again, speaking for me, I'm not really one that's really about Xbox, to be honest with you. I'm more of a PlayStation person. But yep, I mean, Ohio will always call
Yep.
me. Ohio always calls me the Sony pony, like just a PlayStation fanboy. And you know what? I'll take it. Even though I love just gaming in general, I'll take it. I mean, it's just because PlayStation has a lot more of the games I like to play. Last of Us, Horizon. I'm just looking down my list right now. I got Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII, the whole Final Fantasy series. Like, it just makes a lot more sense to me to be more on PlayStation. But with
The
these
exclusive game titles.
yes, and I know Ohio. Got it! Oh, got it! I got it! Yes! Oh. I'm so sorry, guys. I couldn't let that opportunity squander. Like, everything was slow motion, and it just had to. Okay. Anyway. I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Clap your hands if you're for the Xbox S. Clap your hands for the Xbox S.
I completely lost my train of thought now. That was like a serious moment just now.
Exclusive titles for PlayStation.
Yes, exclusive titles. That's what gets me. I know Ohio does not like exclusives in general. He just thinks that's a dumb idea, and I can see that point. But again, that's a selling point for the system, and that's why I personally, again, favor PlayStation all these many years. But with these price points and with Xbox Game Pass and everything like that, it's going to incline me to. Well, now that I got a PC, I can just do that instead. But anyway, it's going to incline me to go ahead and get more Xbox Game Pass games, or maybe even go ahead and get into the system for $299, because that's really not a bad price for a new system. And you can actually even lease to own it for like $25 a month, and you don't have to pay for Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years. It's something like that. It's pretty. This is actually a pretty good deal. Like, Xbox they dropped the mic over the weekend. They certainly did. So.
I do have to play devil's advocate though, because I have a really hard time believing that I do 20 frames per second. Like, I have a really hard time believing that small of a console is going to be able to completely run that. I don't know. Like, it's more of, when I see it, I'll believe it, because I don't know if it's going to be able to keep up with that. The fact that it's like completely digital, I'm very much so. I like to physically own my games.
Yep.
I like to have them. I like to be able to be like, hey, you don't have this game? Here, I'm friending you this. Give it back to me when you're playing, type of thing. All digital, I'm like, Like, I don't know. I'm very skeptical about these kind of things, especially the specs, because it always seems to say like it can do it up to this many frames per second, but will it actually?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. That's a really good point. And on the I am all with you about the whole, like, I got a whole case. Oh, let me see here. I got like 4 of these bad boys.
Ah!
But yeah, it's about this. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that one, Salem. So they definitely, they stay in there, 120 frames per second, but it is up to 120 frames per second. So a lot of times you're probably going to see downscaling anywhere from 60 to the 120 because it really depends upon what you're running and how you set the settings to it. And also it depends upon your monitor a lot of times too. So if you're running on a standard, 60 FPS monitor, you're not going to get the 120. So it really just depends upon what your hookup and setup is. Like I said, so my monitor I run is a 144 FPS, but when I transfer over to PSP or some other games, like it goes down to either 60 or 120, depending upon what I'm running and what I'm playing at. So the fact that it can handle up to 120 is very nice, but does everyone have 120? Probably not.
That also, on point, also 4K. I remember when the consoles were first coming out, and it was like 4K, 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 and it came out that it's like you couldn't truly play in 4K unless you had a true 4K TV or a true 4K monitor and stuff like that. So a lot of that has become more common nowadays with the TVs, monitors, stuff like that. So that part is more believable to me nowadays than it was back in the day. So we'll see if it can actually keep up with that.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see. I was about to say, as far as a selling point again for like for moms and dads, they don't care about this. They're just trying to. Okay. They don't care about this. They're just trying to get like a console for little Jimmy for Christmas. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of curious.
Starter console.
Yeah. So I was about to say, like, now here's the thing. They might be confused because those names are very similar. You have Series S and Series X. So you got to kind of really enunciate in order to make sure you're getting the cheaper one.
The $200 difference right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first sale.
There you go. The second topic that we have today is actually one that's near and dear to my heart, which is the PlayStation 5 showcase tomorrow. What?
Woo!
That's
Sony
going
Pony.
down. Yes. I don't even care. All right. So on this one, Sony has announced that PlayStation 5 showcase scheduled for Wednesday, September 16th, which is my sister's birthday. So happy birthday, Shay. At 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The event will focus on the console's upcoming games. It will include a look at games coming at launch as well as those available in the future. If you haven't made up your mind on purchasing the PS5 yet, this could be your chance. It's possible we could also be getting information on things we really need to know before purchasing the console, the price, and release date. The event will be shown on both Twitch and YouTube and will last up until about 40 minutes. Real fast, we're actually going to be watching this on Twitch. Just give you guys a head. Well, we're going to watch it on YouTube, but stream it on Twitch. So, yeah. It's
Subscribe.
it's games focused rather than hardware focused, and will be that part I did not like. And will feature updates on first party and third party games. Okay, that's kind of cool. We know that Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart are both scheduled to release near system launches. Neither has a firm release date. Other games such as Demon's Souls Remake don't have release windows yet. There also isn't an official date for the PS5 version of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but it releases 3 days after Microsoft systems. After having that available as a launch title for the PS5 will certainly be a big deal. However, it will also be one of the players' first introductions to the new $70 price we'll see for certain next-gen games. Take-Two is similarly pricing games at this level, while other companies such as Ubisoft has not yet done so. Yeah, so I didn't include this in the doc because it didn't happen at the time, but now it happened, I think, earlier this morning, and now PlayStation's units had actually dropped by 4 million. So I think they were trying to get it at 6 million or 10 million, and now they're just doing 6 million. So, which is still a lot of consoles, but at the same time, not enough for a population. So, how does this news? What does this news do for you guys?
I'm excited. I'm always excited because it's PlayStation, and that is something very important to me. I've always been PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4 currently. But I'm a little bit worried, like you said, that it is not specs driven, but it's just games driven. I feel like PlayStation at this point has relied too heavily on just games. We have exclusives, games, stuff like that. And whereas I'm fine with that, I would like to know the specs. Because Microsoft is always quick to be like, boom, here's specs, look at us, we're shiny, we're cool. And PlayStation is like, look at our games! Oh yeah, these are our specs.
Right.
And then you're kind of like, but the game looks amazing, so who cares about the specs? I feel like they're relying really hard on that, and I would like to know the specs, because is it going to be better than Xbox? Is it going to be the same as the PlayStation 4? And if that's the case, why am I paying this much money for it, you know? And like the $70 price point for a game, I feel like 60 has always been like that sweet spot where you're like, I could pay that. 70, I'm like, I could spend a lot of money on something for $70. So I'm on the bridge. I don't know. Let's see.
What about you there, Mildewey?
I'm kind of with Sam a bit. I definitely want to know more on the specs because I know they've got the base launch out of like what the GPU is, CPU, RAM, the powers and all that. So they've got that out there. So it definitely, at least to me, someone who's built their own PC, in a way, also it's like it tells you a little bit about what's going into it. But I definitely agree they've been focusing very heavy on the games, which I don't mind. I like seeing the games, like knowing what it's going to be coming out for it, what I'm going to be able to get and play. But I'd like to see, the tech side of it, like give me more information on the tech and then show me the tech with the games, which they tried to do with that very first launch. which was kind of nice and all, but it's like I wish they did a little bit more with it. And I kind of hope with this one that they give us newer games, because a lot of time right now what I've been seeing a lot of is a lot of the games they've already shown, just more trailers and stuff, and more like, a little bit more gameplay and all, which, fine. If we got to see another Godfall trailer, fine, we'll watch it, just to make Malachi happy. But I really want to see more of, like, because they had all those studios from the first one. They're like, we are all part of the Sony community. I'm like, cool. Show me what you got, So I really hope they give us more stuff, and then also, like, we stated was a release date and a price point. I know that with the report now for the cut of the 4 million, that they might be doing like kind of what Sony's doing, or what Xbox is doing, is where the disc version might be a like $500 price unit, and then the discless one might be like $400. There was some rumors about that one, so or it could be going lower to where it's like $450 for digital and $400 for the or $350 for the discless. So we'll just have to wait and see what they decide to do. But I think the cut mainly came in because of the fact that they were, if I remember reading right, they were like going to try and do like 15 million units when the 4 only did like 7 million when it first launched. So it was like, especially during, like, if it wasn't during pandemic COVID, they might have been able to. But right now, I think they're trying to cut it back because they're like, that's probably not going to work. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, and real fast before we go on, our early Be Good says I spy at Salem, so there you go. And then it's the 9ball had commented on said amen to that, and I think that was in reference to Sony just saying, hey, we have games, but what are the specs? I think that's what that's kind of talking about. I agree. I don't think we really need new games. To your point there, Mildewy, I don't think we need new games, but because they showed up that I feel like on the last one that they did before the one that's coming up now, for the last one, the PS5 event that happened in June, I really feel like they really shook the house with that one. That was an amazing one. That was a really good launch. I think the one that they did last, they knew it wasn't going to be as good, so they even said, don't get your hopes up, pretty much, which still got my hopes up, but it was just like... It's just like one of those like scenarios where just they're holding a lot of their cards really close to their chest, and I think at this point it's more damaging than it is benefiting them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think the PS4 digital is going to go under $400. I think that's Xbox had completely sucker punched Sony for that one. I think it's just literally going to be $400 for digital. And $500 for the disc. I'm getting the disc, but that's what I think is going to be. If they go ahead and have it to where they match price for price what Xbox is doing, I will buy everyone in this chat a Raise energy drink. I got you guys, except for you, Mildew. I'll get you some tea because I know you don't like that Raise energy. So.
Thank you.
But
green, please.
Yeah, I don't see it going underneath $400 for the digital. So so at that point they have to justify what those prices are going to be. It can't just be the games, even though that's what we get the gaming consoles. It can't just be the games anymore. It has to be more of like, all right, what are you going to be bringing to the table tomorrow? Because we're literally like less than 24 hours away from their reveal.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Is there a low carb version?
Also,
that's what early Be Good said. I think there is. I think there's a zero energy, like literally Raise energy 0. And if that's the case, Earl Be Good, I got you. All right, what were you about to say there?
Something else that something else that they haven't really said. We all know that Xbox is very like backward compatible and how they have the Game Pass, but Sony hasn't really done anything like that. So it's like, am I going to be able to play my PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5, or is it going to be like a no-go type of a thing, how they did with the PlayStation 3 with the PlayStation 4? That's something that I also feel is really, really important, and that I want to know, because what always happens what used to happen when these new consoles came out is that there'd be like 4 games to choose from, and then you'd have to wait for the launch of all the other games, and you're stuck with this shiny new console with these amazing graphics, but you have nothing to play.
Right.
So I'm really curious about that as well because they have the digital. Are they going to try and roll out like a digital pass? Or, is it going to be like the monthly $60 online thing and you still get free games? Or like, how are they going to work that? That's what I'm really interested in because I don't want to have nothing to play on it.
Right. And yeah, I think because you definitely, we talked about this like way earlier at the very beginning when we first started doing ALWT Gaming. Actually, Bleeding, it's Nineball, aka Bleeding Ace, has actually brought this up. He likes the whole backwards compatibility for convenience. I do like that aspect, but for me, that's not necessarily a selling point. Because for me, I get the new consoles to play the newer games. So as long as you have a good library that's ahead of you, I'm content. But if you only have, all you have is like Warzone and Spider-Man Morales for the next 2 years, that's a problem. So.
Right.
Yeah, don't pull a switch on us, Sony. Don't do that. Like that's the one reason why I didn't get a Switch when it first came out. They're like, oh, we got a couple of games and then like maybe some indie stuff and the thing. I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm waiting still for more games to come out for it to where I would want to get one. That the library's not big enough. Now, would backwards compatibility be good in this sense because you can play your PS4 games on the newer system? Sure, but it's like if I still got my 4 and it's working, why would I drop $500 just to play those games on it when you don't have the library? So I'm definitely gonna have to agree with Malachi on that one. Is you got to give me some games, which is why I was like hoping, like kind of offset your point there earlier. It's like I hope they give more games. They've already given us a good bit there at the beginning with Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Godfall, Horizon. They've definitely given us a showcase saying there is a good library coming. But you got to give us some dates and some times for that library to entice us to say, all right, yes, this is going to be worth it now.
Right.
Versus making me wait till the 2021 to say, all right, now I'm going to get it because now you're launching Horizon, now you're launching Kena and Black Ops Cold War and all that. So you got to give us those time frames. I definitely agree with you all on that. Is we need it now. Like Sony or Microsoft already walked up stage, said, this is our date, this is what we're doing. Mic drop. Didn't even hand it off to Sony, just mic dropped it and just looked at him and said, all right, what you got? What you got?
It's literally exactly how that went.
Right.
And like I keep referencing the June event because right now I feel like it's a pretty good tie right now as far as again like who has the upper hand. In this case, and I said this to Nineball actually offline. I think this year there might actually be 3 winners. I think Switch could be a winner of their category. I think Xbox could be a winner of their category. I think Sony's going to be a winner of their category. But they're all doing drastically different things, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
But I keep going back for Sony as far as that June event because that June event showed me games that I needed that I did not know I needed. Like I was like, what is Kena? Which that's actually been delayed until 2021 now. That was unfortunate. But still, like I've never really been huge into games like that, and it looks really good. And then same thing for. You already know me on this mildewy carrot. Like I do start up like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or whatever, but I never really get the furthest I've been was like Code Vein, which I'm still invested in. Like I definitely going to get back to it, but after seeing that trailer at PlayStation 5 in June of the new Demon Souls remake, like I really want to play Demon Souls right now. Like it's just one of those. It's pretty crazy. So I'm just kind of curious now that we're at this point, we're in September. You've already delayed the release date and pricing on pretty much both sides until just last week. What are you going to do now for gaming wise, content wise, IP wise? What are you going to be showing us, the consumers, that we can look forward to? So
yeah. Also, something random I just thought about. Do you guys remember when the PlayStation 4 first came out and everybody bought the initial PlayStation 4 and it sounded like an airplane?
Yep, I still got
like
mine.
The fan on it was so loud. My brother-in-law has one, and every single time that I go over there and I'm playing games, I'm like, why is it so loud? Why is it so loud? Because I got the second gen of that. That's really, really quiet. I got I think it's called the Slim. So I'm also really curious if everybody's going to buy the PlayStation 5 and it's going to have little quirks like that. And then they're going to come out with it and be like, oh, by the way, here's this other PlayStation 5. I wonder if they're going to do that because Sony kind of has a history of doing that.
Yep.
And if that's the case, I'm not going to buy the PlayStation 5 when it first comes out because, tried and true, I'd rather get the second gen.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because within about 3 months or so, by 2021, when Kena comes out, they'll have the better version, and then you get Kena in the better version, and you have to listen to an airplane while you're playing it. So,
And that's actually because
Yep.
we're 2 months away.
There's not an airport in your room.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're taking off. Where? Henna's Bridge of Spirits.
It's the 9-ball commented
Loading.
It's the 9-ball commented in. It says it sounds like an F-16. Sounds like an
Yes,
F-16.
it does.
Yes.
It's horrible. You put it anywhere inside of an enclosed space, like under a TV, and it's so loud, and you're like, where's it coming from?
Early Be Good said mine started flying around the room. Okay.
I mean, it would probably work right
See?
now during the pandemic time because you could just turn it on and pretend you're on a plane to Bahamas or something. You know.
Yeah. I mean, just get that flight simulator from Microsoft in the background. You good?
Exactly.
Good.
Play a little Second Life, and just go there, just on the beach and act like you're flying there or something.
We kind of touched base on we kind of touched base on Ubisoft event that's on the document, but we actually are not going to talk about that because I didn't actually get a chance to look at it because we were having tech issues. So that is probably going to be coming a little bit at a later time. And then this little fun fact about Kenna Bridge of Spirits, it will take literally 2 seconds for it to load from the dashboard on next-gen consoles. Literally 2 seconds, like 1, 2, up. That's kind of crazy. I know you're kind of skeptical. Yep. I know you're kind of skeptical, but I mean, I think that would be really cool. And
I'm not sure about the 2 seconds, but I'm definitely going to say with the solid state installed in the newer systems, it's definitely going to decrease the amount of loading screen time. Like when I'm playing Spider-Man, I'm sitting there, I'm like waiting and waiting. Yeah, I feel like the Energizer Bunny is going across my stream going, it keeps going and going and going. I'm like, okay, when are we going to load? But, with the time frame for it, I think it's about maybe I'd have to count again the next time I have one of those, but I think it could be anywhere from like 5 to 8 seconds. So with the solid state, it definitely could cut it down to anywhere from 2 to 4 seconds or so. To where you'd be like a blink, and it's like, oh hey, we're in. Holy crap! So I can't wait to see how that runs on there. She's like, I'm gonna be dead.
Show. If they're gonna show something and say 2 seconds, I'm holding 2 seconds. I'm 1, 2, 3. I want my money back.
I want a refund now. I'm keeping the game, but I just want a refund.
Yep. Emotional suffering.
Yep.
You have scarred me for life with this. I had to wait an additional second for this. How dare you? And to be honest,
You said 2 seconds.
I could literally see someone doing that. I could see someone literally doing that as soon as it launches and all. They time it going, this is not 2 seconds. This is 2.45 seconds. It's like, oh my god.
Well, you already know my whole spiel with Madden, right? They're mildewy. Like, so what it is that when you're on the Madden screen, when you're on the Madden screen, it literally says press any button. So what if I wanted to press like the off button or the PlayStation button? I can't enter the game that way. You know what I mean? They're lying to me. Fibbing. That is fibbing.
That is false advertisement.
Yep. So that's actually going to do it for there on the gaming news. As some of you guys do know, today was again the first day I was able to get the whole rig together and everything like that. So we don't have a strength in numbers video to show you, but we can talk about the strength in numbers, which is the sin segment games that we have currently been playing. Mildewy and his bro, TVF Abyss have been playing Code Vein. How you liking that?
Oh, we're loving it. It's definitely got a feel of Dark Souls to it. I did a comparison of what it was like mixed with, and now I'm forgetting what I compared it to. But it was like Dark Souls plus something else to make Code Vein, but it's really fun. The story in it's really good. I think we're maybe trying to count here. I want to say 5 or 6 bosses in. I think we got maybe about like another 8 to go. So we're having fun with that, running around. We just got to, I don't know how far you've gotten, Malachi, so I don't want to do any spoilers for anyone who's thinking about getting the game. Definitely worth a play. A lot of fun. Nothing like jumping around a corner and getting, ambushed by something and screaming. Mm-hmm. So, it's like, ah! Okay. Anyways, but, it's a lot of fun. We're having a good time. A lot of stupid content in there too, a lot of times with our commentary. So, Okay. Good times.
All right. What about you, Salem? Have you been playing any games recently with anybody?
I've been playing heavily Destiny 2. Trying to finish the season off before Beyond Light comes out in, I think it's like November 2nd or something. Just grinding a lot with, I have like 4 or 5 friends that I play with. You know, we kind of switch off. We do strikes. You know, it's filler content at this point. I think Saladin was in the tower like this week or something. It was Iron Banner, so like that was really fun to do. And then we're kind of waiting for Festival of the Lost Souls, which is the Halloween event. So they keep like pushing and moving things around. Bungie pulled together. But you know, that's probably been the gist of what I've been on, and you know, it's good story content, but it's also we've kind of been doing the PvP. Sorry, so that's been fun. You know, everything is like trials, which is just a heart attack. Like, oh, I died. I'm bad at that. So, but that and then Red Dead Online, those two. I've kind of been off of Dead by Daylight because they opened it to where it's cross-platform. So now we have these super fantastic PC players who like to hack. And I just can't tolerate it.
Yeah.
No.
Very angry.
Too much toxicity. I don't like it.
I'm gonna shelf that one, and we're gonna play Destiny, and we're gonna play Red Dead because who doesn't like to yeehaw in the wild? So.
We did have a good run on Red Dead before.
Red Dead, so much fun. The online, like,
oh yeah.
You know, I own a horse, and sometimes I just want to get kicked in the face by a horse, but not in real life. So I just go to Red Dead and get kicked in the face, and it's great. Super realism.
Like, I just got kicked in the face by a horse. Are you okay? Oh, it was just in Red Dead. We're good.
I can only imagine
the way that those horses kick. Oh, you would not get up. You'd be dead.
Yeah. I can only imagine that in like a Red Dead VR mode. Like I can always see that happen.
Oh,
man.
Stress.
You're just like walking around. You just look around. You just see the hooves. So like, oh.
Right.
Can you imagine getting yanked off your horse by a cougar in VR? Just be like, he's fine. I don't want to play that game.
Like, I'm looking towards the town. Now I'm looking at the sky. Oh, there's a kitty.
Why am I? How did I die?
Yeah. How did this happen? I was just in town.
Like, where's my third person? I want my third person back.
Right. So a few of the games that I've been mainly playing, of course, well, solo-wise, this is not really a Sin segment, but solo-wise, I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. I think I'm getting towards the end of it. And it's the more I'm playing it, the more it's solidifying that it's not my game of the year right now, but it's right behind Final Fantasy VII Remake. That is definitely my game of the year. But Ghost of Tsushima gave it a run for its money. So we'll have to see how it ends and see how it progresses. And when that Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer, the Legends, comes out, actually, I think it comes out this month.
Ooh.
I think it comes out this month. So yeah, so when that comes out, we'll have to readdress to see what my game of the year is going to be. But right now, it's still going to be... This gnat was gone. It was gone for half the episode, and now it wants to come back. But anyway, oh my goodness, this is like the most unprofessional I've ever been. All right, anyway, what would happen is that for Ghost of Tsushima, it still has that running up for me. I just got to see how Legends is going to be. But right now, Final Fantasy VII Remake just takes the cake with that one. It's just way too good of a game.
Nice.
But for Sin, the Sin segment that we've been doing, definitely been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14 with It's the Nine Ball, who's in the chat right now, Gravity Mark II, and Abs 3315. We've been having a blast with that, and Silent, which is a guest to the show. Actually, Silent is like the Final Fantasy 14 encyclopedia, because we've never been this far before, and he's already been to this point. So anytime we have a question about a boss, he'll be like, "Yeah, you just got to do X, Y, and Z." That saves us a Google trip. So thank you very much, Silent. Shout out to you, man. Love you, dude. We've been playing a lot of that, and of course with the occasional Smite night with on Thursday nights that we play with right here, Mildewy Carrot, It's the Nine Ball, and Ohio. And also Silent jumps on that with us too as well. So we have a lot of good times there on that. For anyone that hasn't played Smite, I would highly recommend it if you like MOBA type competition games, and it's free. So if it's free, it's for me. All right. So, quick question for you both, okay? Because we're actually towards the end of this whole thing. Quick question for you both. You're in a world, okay? Anime or video games. Who are your top 3 characters that you are best friending?
Like, what type of world? I need to know a bit more detail.
It could be any of the, because all the worlds are kind of different, to be honest with you. In anime or video games, it's your own world. You're just hanging out with them, just having a good time with them. Who are your 3 that you're friending?
We can pluck them out of whatever game.
Yes, yes.
We can just pluck them out of whatever universe we want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let him go first.
Yeah. I was actually gonna say ladies first.
On you. Oh, okay, fine, okay.
Because I'm having a hard
Zach
time here. I'm like,
Fair.
crap.
Zach Fair,
Okay.
Crisis Core,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, because I love him. Lara Croft, obviously, and Aloy, because I feel like I would just be in heaven and it'd be great. I got my man candy, and I got super cool women and be like, can you shoot your bow and shoot your guns? I feel like it'd be amazing.
Right.
Top 3, right there. Boom.
Okay, awesome.
Eat that.
Awesome, yeah. And 2 of those 3 you actually cosplay, so that's what's up.
They'd be like, oh, look at this little fangirl.
What about you then, Mildewey?
I'm definitely gonna have to go with 2 of Salem's. Definitely would have to say Aloy and Lara Croft, just because survival all the way, and just what they do is cool. And also, I'd definitely be fanboying over that, being like, oh my god, you guys are awesome. But then I would definitely have to pull out Kratos. I mean, Malachi's seen the shirt.
Yeah.
Aloy and Kratos pull out 3 badasses in the world who can just wreck through anything and survive it. I'd be like, I would be having them in front of me. And I would be on the ground bowing, going, "Teach me, masters, please teach me, teach me your ways."
Right.
Just calls you boy. Boy.
Like, yes, sir.
Boy, what is a stream?
I'm hungry. Get me food. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I have a little bit of a different approach. So I actually would choose from Rise of the Shield Hero, Naofumi. I would definitely want to be friends with him. Yes. I'd be friends with him because he was, everyone was a dick to him at that first season. It's just like, I would be your friend. I see you're innocent. You're my buddy. We're here. We're here. That's why. And he's just awesome. I love that anime. So Naofumi definitely up there.
He needs a hug.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Thank God he has Raftalia for that. But yeah. So Naofumi, I would definitely want to hang out with Cloud. At end game Cloud, that is. Early game Cloud is kind of a douche, to be honest with you. But I
guys
would,
grow up and we'll talk.
I'm just saying, I would like to be friends with the end game Cloud and just carry that sword. I think that'd be really cool. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a good time. That'd be a good day if we get to hold the real Buster Blader. Yeah, that'd be a good day. And I'm kind of drawing a blank on the last one, but I might have to go with what's her face? Oh snap! Kaori from Your Lie in April. Have you guys seen that anime? No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just to meet
yes.
her, you know what I mean, and just give her love, because that was a very sad one, and it's just like one of those type moments. So
You'd be like, I'm gonna bring all these people into existence so I can hug them.
exactly. That's what it is. Except for Cloud, I just want to hold the sword. That's all it is.
Probably still needs he's a little angsty boy. He needs a hug.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
needs
right.
a
Be like, shh, 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 shh.
or a hit in the head from Tifa.
One or the other.
That too. A little bit of both. A hit in the head with a hug.
Now, if we could definitely choose the secondary characters on that, add 3 more, I'd definitely probably say Varric, Dorian, and Garrus.
Oh yeah. I think
If I had to choose 3 other ones, I definitely want to meet them, because out of all the games I've played, they're some of the best characters to interact with that I found. I just enjoy the interactions with them and the comments and content with them. So,
And for anyone that no one saw this episode because it didn't actually launch, but that was actually his pick for the Labor Day when we had our little discussion, that little game that we had there. Maybe we'll do that again next time because I still have those questions and people's submissions for that. But yeah, maybe we'll do that next time since my computer's back up and going. So yes. All right, and the last question of the day of the segment, and I pray you guys don't hate me for this one. But this is a celebrity death match. Okay, if you had to do the whole Sophie's Choice scenario, Aloy versus Lara Croft in a fight, whose game is coming out and whose game never existed?
Horizon Zero Dawn never existed.
Horizon for you?
Lara Croft is a staple. I feel like we're gonna get into a debate, but let me start out by saying 1996, first gen, one of the first female heroines. You can't just wipe that. You can't do it. Like, she's been there, triangle titties and all. You can't get rid of that. It is gaming history. Okay, I love Aloy, but Laura wins out. I'm saying it.
All right. What about you there, Mildewy? Oh. Before you answer there, Mildewy, it's the 9-ball said Laura for the win. So you already got an ally on your side there, Salem.
I'm gonna have to though. I definitely don't want to answer this, but I'm gonna have to. But I'm definitely gonna have to agree with Salem on it too. You know, Lara Croft's been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Without her, I don't really know if Aloy would have even come into existence. So I got to give her the props. And just the new game itself, like, don't get me wrong, Aloy is such a good character in Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, just the evolution of her, just in the base story, is really good. I can't wait to see more in Forbidden West. But Laura's evolution through Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider is just phenomenal. Just such a wonderful game series. And, you know, definitely go back to what Sam said, just beginning of, you know, Laura. Just through all those games from the beginning, from to use her exact words, from triangle titties to current, you know, I gotta give it to Tomb Raider.
Okay,
I gotta give it to it.
I'm actually kind of shocked because I really thought both of you guys were going to choose Aloy. I thought I was going to be the odd man out saying Laura. But yeah,
No.
because I'm pretty old school with it. So yeah, I'm the same way. Because even if I had to pin him up against Nathan Drake, I'd still say Laura. To be honest with you, just because again, origin wise, there's definitely a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, and honestly, I know a lot of people, like, there's always debate between Lara Croft and Nathan Drake, stuff like that, but I feel like she kind of paved the way for Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Like, she was there, and it was like this action adventure game where you're by yourself doing, like, crazy stunts and, you know, shooting and stuff like that. It was third person, so I feel like it would have happened eventually. Like, a Nathan Drake game would have happened eventually. But I feel like they took some notes from Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
How not? Like, they shoot because come on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog even admitted to that. They're just like, we're really inspired by Tomb Raider and the way that the game mechanics were and everything. So, yeah, there's a lot of similarities there for sure.
And just the story itself of, you know, kind of like the the archaeologist in a way, you know, hunting for the relics and all, going through all the past and the cultures and everything. That's one thing I really love about Lara Croft in the way is that you get to explore different worlds, not like these same, like, you know, streets or cities like with GTA, Saints Row, and other stuff like that. You know, it's completely new things in a way, but ancient things that kind of, you know, pique your interest in it. So, but, you know, especially when Salem made that argument about the origins, I'm like, dang it, I can't argue with that
From the start.
She threw it up there and says, argue
like,
it.
Even
like,
when they
no.
There's no argument. Even
not.
from like going back on the whole thing of saying, like, the history, I like, kid was dead set. I was like, I am going to be an archaeologist, and it was heavily influenced by Lara Croft. Did I become one? No, because most all the dinosaurs dinosaur bones are dug up, and I really love that. And all the tombs in Egypt have already been raided, so that's what I was mostly interested in. So I was like, maybe a different job title is for me. But something that I've always just, as like a little kid to be inspired by that, like even Tomb Raider Anniversary is a remake of Tomb Raider and the 96 very firm is how she goes. Literally, she goes from Egypt to Greece to I think it was Bolivia, or maybe that was one of the other games. I don't know, but she goes to every different place, and every time she's solving like these puzzles and stuff like that, she takes the history and is like, oh, one of the gods did this, and that's where this myth came from, and then she solves the freaking puzzle. But you have to have that knowledge, and that's like so inspiring, and I love it so much. Sorry, fangirl rant over.
No, that's good.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Like, I think she definitely was like one of the influences. Like, as a child, like my dad was in the army, and also I grew up moving around. I've lived in Greece. I was little fun fact about Mildew here is he was born military base overseas. So
Ooh.
yeah, so like I've traveled around, I've been around, I've seen a lot of places, so I definitely have a more unique view of things. But I also enjoy reading about different places, different worlds, different lores and cultures and all that. So definitely with Tomb Raider, it definitely spoke a lot more to me because I've kind of done that in a way, and I love playing the games that do that. So Nathan Drake kind of did that, Tomb Raider, and then now Rise of the Tomb Raider. It just fantastic games. So definitely agree with the fact of it kind of gives you more of what you don't currently have or know, unless you go into that role of you want to be that historian or that the archaeologist to dig up that stuff. So
yeah. See, your guys' answers are making mine sound super weak now because you guys were all inspired by these people that are like very smart and passionate. I just wanted to be Goku. Like that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So you wanted to eat and train. That's it,
Yeah,
huh?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know the video of that. You know the video of the little black boy that thought he can actually go Super Saiyan and he's doing it for like an hour straight. That was practically me. Like
Yes.
the whole nine. So
I love that kid.
yes. But yeah, yeah, I definitely was not thinking in that aspect. So it's definitely kind of cool to see how your guys' inspiration from different characters came about and how different creativities kind of came to light, I guess you could say. One last thing I want to ask you guys before we go ahead and wrap it up. What are your guys' prediction for tomorrow's show? Are we going to see the PlayStation price and release date and pre-order date? What are the prices? What games are you expecting to hit us up with for tomorrow?
I'm definitely going to say they definitely got to drop a price. They've got to drop a price in the release date tomorrow. They cannot hold off anymore. We're definitely probably going to see that. And then we might see more content for games that have already been announced and possibly release dates for those as well to kind of help boost the release date for PlayStation 5. And then we may see either more gameplay content for stuff that we've only seen trailers for, or we might see a few more trailers from some more indie or third party or more mainstream studios. So, but I'm saying they got to drop a price. They got to drop a price and date. They're way far behind.
Yeah. I agree on that. I think above all, they have to drop price. They have the release date. Like, they've waited so long at this point that it's becoming a meme, which good marketing, not gonna lie. But at the same time, like, give us something. Like, you can only leave everybody suspended for so long before it will stop caring. And I feel like it's getting to that point. So definitely price drop, definitely a pre-order date as well. I feel like because Microsoft already released the pre-order like that, I think they're gonna do it like a day before or something petty. I don't know. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
And I definitely hope, I feel like they're gonna give like full, longer trailers of games that they show small bits and pieces for, and then hopefully, because Sony kind of does this usually, like 2 or 3 really big game titles, I feel like they'll drop and they'll show like a little snippet for it. It'll be like a black screen and like do. and then like the name of the game.
Mm.
I feel like it'll be something like that, and then maybe go into specs. But to be honest, I'm not expecting that much because almost everybody, all they want to know is the price and pre-order and normal release date.
Yeah.
So if we can just get that, I'd be pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And what's up there, Snow Cone 187, Snow underscore Cone underscore 187.
Came to say hi. Hello, little one. I play Destiny with him.
Oh yeah, Destiny 2. There you go.
He's part of the clan. The clan supporting the clan.
Nothing better than that.
I do think that they are going to have. I agree with you guys. I think they're going to show a price. I think they're going to show a release date. I'm assuming the they just said that your face on her was priceless. I'm assuming this, again, as I mentioned before, 400, 500. If they do anything less than that, I will be very shocked. I think we might see a little bit more extensive gameplay from Miles Morales. It's a 45-minute showcase is what they're estimated at, so there might be more than just specs here. I mean, I know that they did talk about some games and stuff like that, but there might be. I don't think they're going to show anything brand new. I think they're just going to kind of elaborate more. They don't need to show us any more Godfall. I think I'm satisfied enough with Godfall now. But I would like to see a little bit more actual in-game play for Watch Dogs Legion. I wouldn't mind that. I feel like that's going to be a Ubisoft thing. But I wouldn't mind seeing that here at the PlayStation event. I wouldn't mind seeing some Call of Duty Cold War, even though I'm pretty strung out on Call of Duty. I wouldn't mind seeing that. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. We kind of have to see. Real fast, before we go ahead and wrap it all the way up, Salem, where can people find you at?
Let's see. It is how you would sound it out. So SAYLUM, Salem. I was like in 6th grade when I made that. Don't make fun of me. Everything else, Facebook, Twitter. I don't have a TikTok. I don't know. I think anything else, if you Salem Croft, SAYLUM Croft, for Laura Croft, of course. That's me. So if you see me on some like weird website and it's like Salem Croft, that's me. Hello. But yeah, Salem on Instagram, Salem Croft everywhere else.
There you go. Thank you. And you said they said I accidentally pronounced it Salem.
Yeah, I know, kid.
Yeah, tomato. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what you spell it out. It's a U. I know. I'm not gonna complain. What?
So thank you very much, Salem, for coming up on the show. We definitely appreciate having you, and you are welcome at any time on the show. Yes, and of course, if anyone's trying to tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the event for PlayStation 5. That is 1 p.m. Salem time. That's what we're going to call it. It's 1 p.m. Salem time.
Yeah!
and then we'll be tuning in. Of course, there's going to be the post show as well as talking about what we just looked at in comparison with PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Thursday is going to be Smite Night all day, primarily with Mudu Carrot on his page. So make sure you guys are following him on Twitch, and then I'll be taking over. Oh, you know what? I think I'm absent this Smite Night. I don't think I'm there, so we'll have to see. Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Smite Night.
Yep. Thank you again for everyone that's following us on Anchor. Again, ALWT Gaming, pretty much on all platforms: Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole nine. And lastly, if you guys go to RepSports, REPP.com, you guys could get 50% off your Raise energy drinks, water supplements, the whole nine, if you type in ALWT Gaming at checkout. Thank you for doing that, because a lot of people thought I was saying 50, like 50, and it's not 50. That's a lot of money. It's 15.
It's 15.
15. Yes.
Sponsorships are hard, okay? Nobody gets 50% off, okay? It's not how it works.
There you go.
Nope. Not unless you can really bring in the dough with it.
A man can dream, right?
Yeah, man, that's just hard. 30%, like at most. You're like 30% keep on like usually it's like 10 or 5%.
Yeah, at least we tried promoting. Trademark. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much again for tuning in. Until next time, Control Alt.
Complete.
Peace.
Hey guys.